Hi there, YouTube. This is Slain Hero 13 again. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile. I'm doing my Narukami deck today. Well, here we go. First, my starting Vanguard is Spark Kid Dragoon. I like it more than a Saishin. I mean, Saishin's really Saishin, the one that retires at grade 0, the 5000. I like him because he retires grade 0s for that fact, but the only problem is that he has to boost the Vanguard. And for a 5k booster, for a Counterblast 1 to retire grade 0, not one of the best effects it has. It's there, I mean, it's a really good effect, it does the job sometimes. But at my locals, when I play, I'm always playing Gold Paladins, I'm playing Oracle Think Tank, I'm playing Nova Grapplers. It's hard for me to really get to retire those grade 0s. So, I mean, yeah. I like him, plus he's a searcher, and he's a little kid with a crossbow on the dragon. Look at that cute little dragon. Cute little motherfucker right there. Alright. Next, that's my starting Vanguard. So, next we'll move on to the trigger lineup. I run 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Malevolent Dijin. Malevolent Dijin, I actually like, apart from it, the point that it's a critical trigger, really good card. You get a soul charge it to give a Narukami a plus 3000 to the end of the turn. That's actually really good. That can actually, I'm not saying it's like, oh my god, it'll like cause a game-winning difference or it'll like fucking lead to a god combo. No, it's just a really good card. I mean, you'll see my build and you'll see why I like using it for defect. Then I get, of course, with most Dragon Empire decks, you run 8 criticals, card buckle. Very standard critical trigger. Next, I run, of course, standard 4 heal triggers, 4 draws. Honestly, I like draw. I like hand advantage. It's a very good thing. I don't know. I mean, here's the only downside is that it's a 5 shield, but normally I drop it for my null guard, so that doesn't bother me for anything. And it's a good defensive card. So next, I'm gonna move on to grade 1s. I run, of course, your basic standard 8k vanilla Red River Dragoon. 1, 2. Sorry about that, folks. 3. Well, it's actually 2 on Ricky. So I actually run 3 perfect shields, 3 Wyvern Guard Gold. The Ricky is a proxy for the gold. Well, I mean, it's no definition. If anyone has one, please leave a comment or PM me. I'll trade anything from my binder, which I just put up recently. Or I'll even pay cash. I have a PayPal account, so I mean, yeah, just PM me and we'll talk from there. Next, two Photon Bomber Wyvern. It's a really good card because when your opponent's at 3 damage. I mean, those of you who play Narukamis know. When it's a rear guard and it's boosting the Vanguard, and your opponent has 3 more damages, it becomes it boosts for 10k. It's really good. This card really puts your opponent in tight situations where they might have to drop a perfect shield or they might have to drop more hand advantage. Really good card. I mean, the only reason I run 2 because it's to boost the Vanguard. I mean, after that, it's just a 6k booster. I mean, that's not that great. I still love the card though. And then it goes into what most people say. I run this 4 Desert Gunner Rayans. I don't run 2. I don't run 2. I don't run 3. 2's too little. 3's eh. I like 4. 4 is very good, and yeah, Rayan has a decent effect. Prevents your opponent from intercepting. It's not a game-winning effect. It's not like, oh, it's gonna bind it and like it's gone for the rest of the game. No, it's a good effect. I like it because it leaves that way. You know, your opponent has special intercepts. They can't get all funny and go special intercept. Nope. He shoots it in the knee and says, "No, you stay there." 4 of this guy. Really good. Thumbs up rating. Next, I have 4 Demonic Dragon Berserker Garuda. I run 4 of these because with Kagados it's necessary. It's really necessary because you're a very counterblast reliant deck. And I mean, did I say Narukami? Yes, I hope I said Narukami. I mean, if I said Kagados, I mean Narukami. It's such a very counterblast reliant deck, and I mean, in 4 of these, really good because you can intercept. Apart from that, they're 9. They're 9, and when it hits the Vanguard, because you all know the effect. When it hits the Vanguard, it unflips the damage. So early, mid, late game, when you drop this guy, you're gonna put your opponent in a very tight spot. Do they want to let you count? Do they want to let you flip over damages and reuse your counterblast later, or how is that gonna work? It's all about putting your opponent in a tight squeeze, and yeah, this guy does the job. Next, I run 1, 2, 3 Dragonic Death Scythe. 4 Stuklagi. I like 3. 3 is the magic number for Dragonic Death Scythe. Well, pretty much it's Berserker Dragon, folks. Counterblast 2, destroy grade 2 or less. I kind of wish Berserker Dragon looked this cool. Really kind of. I like the whole scythe thing. It has a nice thing going on. And then we have 1, 2, 3 Thunderstorm Dragoon. Oftenly mistaken for his 8k vanilla counterpart. This is the 10k. I think when I first got the deck, the funny thing was I accidentally played him in the rearguard thinking he was the grade 2, the grade 1 I mean. I felt so ridiculous because I had to, then the following turn I had to move him up, and I felt so silly. Next, this is my personal preference. I like running this guy, he's so good. Hex Cannon Wyvern. The grade 2, when your opponent has 3 or more damages, he gains plus 3,000, folks. He's an 8,000 to start off with, so when he attacks, he becomes an 11k on his own. That's pretty good for grade 2. To become an 11k on his own. I mean, he's no Brutal Jack, and he's no Fallen Angel. But hell, he really does the job. He really he puts pressure on your opponent. That's the point that I want to do with my Narukami deck, is I want to apply pressure to my opponent. I want to make them waste their hand and their resources. Next, I run 1, 2, 3 Vermilion Kaiser. Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion. 4 is too much. The problem I found when I was building the deck, or when I was overlooking it today, is when you run 4 Vermilions and 3 Thunder Breaks, and 2 Thunder Breaks, I mean, you find your opponent. You don't find your opponent. You find yourself in a very tough situation in which you have a lot of cards in your hand that are always fighting for the Vanguard circle. And I mean, Kaiser really kind of stands there and kind of more so demands the Vanguard circle than anything. I mean, attacks the whole front row, becomes a 13. Really good card. And apart from that, it's not like Dragonic Overlord, which I love to death, Dragonic Overlord. He doesn't lose Twin Drive, which makes it really cool. Oh, this last guy, as you can tell, not Kaiser. Sorry about that, folks. I'm working on getting the third one. Yeah, but you guys, same principle applies with the Wyvern Shield. Do you guys have one? PM me, I'll buy it or I'll trade. Yes. Next, also, sorry about that, folks. Another Thunder Break. I need a Thunder Break. I really don't want to buy the deck just for one card. That's kind of limit break. Oh, those of you who don't know what Thunder Break does, Thunder Break, when he limit breaks, he gains plus 5. So on your turn, he becomes a 15 under limit break. When he's called up to the circle, he does Dragonic Death Scythe effect, retires to grade 2 or less. It's a good card. And then my last grade 3 comes as a surprise to my friends, and it kind of, when I came down to it, I chose this card over because I like it. My friend Mario, who runs who he's waiting for Pack 4 to come out, and he's probably just gonna build Rin's build of the Gold Paladins. Really got me liking this card. I run 2 Plasma Bite Dragons. For Counterblast 1, it becomes a 13. And the cool thing is, it does it outside of the Vanguard circle. So these guys can work outside the Vanguard circle. They can work as rear guards, which makes it really good. And that way you're not struggling about, you know, and having to fight over Vanguard circle. That's the best part. So I mean, okay, let's say you do ride them into the Vanguard. You have Wyvern. You have one moment, folks. You have photon cannon, no, back. You have a damage setup. This is a setup I usually find myself in a lot. Attack, boost, counterblast. You get him 13. Boost, 4.5 damages. He just became a 23 in one shot. Now your opponent has to perfect shielded or drop at least 25 or 3k. It all depends on the player. And I mean, that's why I like Plasma Bite. And yeah, that concludes my deck profile. I mean, I have a pretty weird taste in my deck builds, and yep, folks, I'm pretty much done. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Remember, show that like button some love, and hit that subscribe button up there. I'll do more stuff. I'll start putting up matches, my friends playing matches, my thoughts on cards, things like that. Alright, thanks guys.